At Ole Miss today, a scene that is playing out across college campuses across the nation. A student-led protest for Palestine opposing the war in Gaza.
A large crowd turned out to heckle the protesters, leading to some tense moments. We have all the details coming up. NewsWatch Ole Miss starts now.
Welcome to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Alexia Anderchek.
And I'm Hannah Baker. A group of about 30 protesters holding signs and chanting in support of Palestine occupied the grass area outside the Ole Miss Library around noon today, protesting the Israel-Hamas war going on in Gaza.
The small group of protesters were vastly outnumbered by the large crowd of students who gathered to heckle them.
We're out here today to support our country and show them that protests are not fair to the students to go to the college campuses, so we're here supporting students and America.
University police set up barriers encircling the protest and keeping the two sides separated.
Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves had earlier posted to social media about the planned demonstration. Reeves said, quote, "Peaceful protests are allowed and protected, no matter how outrageous those protesters' views may seem to some of us. But unlawful behavior will not be tolerated."
There were some tense moments as water bottles and food were tossed from the crowd at the protesters, who responded at times by throwing items back toward the crowd.
I mean, obviously I wasn't throwing anything. It was a back and forth match all day between them throwing stuff at us and then the other people in the crowd throwing stuff back. When there's that many people somewhere, it's going to get out of control quick. I think the police did a great job making sure everybody stayed safe.
After about an hour and a half and following a brief crowd surge towards the protesters after water was apparently thrown at them, University police shut things down and moved the protesters away, dispersing the crowd.
I understand people are upset, but I don't really see the point. Either way, no one's mind's going to get changed, really. This guy was talking about it earlier. He said it just sounded like people were just kind of upset. You know, end of the school year, people are stressed. They just want something to do.
I just think it's really sad, man. It's just, they're just protesting their own cause. A lot of people showed up I talked to, and they didn't really seem to know exactly what was going on. They just joined in like a hive mind, and I don't want any disrespect for anyone. Even though I disagree with mostly everything the other side said, I don't hate them. I wish there was a way to resolve this without, throwing food, getting all these cops involved, man. And it is really sad. It's heartbreaking to see.
Through students appeared to be among the protesters, university official Jacob Batt told the media that today's event was organized by a non-student group not affiliated with the school. The scene at Ole Miss today was one that has played out on college campuses across the country for weeks now. Protesters at UCLA in California have turned violent at times. UCLA issued an alert shortly before 3 a.m. local time that police had ordered an evacuation of the plaza area due to unlawful assembly and those that failed to leave. Police led protesters away in handcuffs after clearing an escapement.
We had fire extinguishers thrown at us, smoke thrown at us, water bottles, and other various items, canopies as well, that were thrown at us throughout the night. No injuries to our officers. Injuries to the protesters are being evaluated at this time.
And across the country in New Hampshire, Dartmouth is also facing pro-Palestinian protests. An estimated 90 students have been arrested. Graduation is just around the corner, and many administrators are working hard to clear protest encampments ahead of their upcoming commencement ceremonies. Laura Aguirre has the latest.
Stay out of the streets and remain on the sidewalk.
Defiance dismantled. Portland State University is closed Thursday as officers there moved in to clear a heavily barricaded library, taken over by student protesters Monday. A number of demonstrators were arrested. Other protesters fled the building, and still more spilled into nearby streets. Coast to coast, tensions over similar standoffs are reaching breaking points. Law enforcement from multiple agencies deployed before dawn to forcibly remove a pro-Palestinian protest encampment at UCLA. The sweeping action comes after days of warnings and arrests by authorities.
They brought in people with really big guns to disperse the crowd.
Cops made arrests at the University of New Hampshire Wednesday evening after several students defied police warnings to disperse and instead set up tents.
I believe everybody has the freedom to protest and assemble, but the way that they went about it today, absolutely disgusting.
Hundreds of people were arrested this week at Columbia University and City College in New York. The NYPD now says nearly half were not affiliated with either school, and the department will keep officers on Columbia's campus, where a large encampment was also demolished, through May 17th, as graduation events go forward. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Coming up, with finals around the corner, we asked students how they are preparing for finals.
And stay tuned for an interview with the new Daily Mississippian editor, NewsWatch Ole Miss. We'll be right back.
Mississippi.
Hey, Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Because picking up litter costs us time
and money.
MDOT spends $3.2 million a year picking up litter.
That's money that could be used to maintain roads and bridges,
patch potholes,
and focus on improving Mississippi's infrastructure.
Please help us help you.
We can't do it without you.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
We're here when you're ready.
Mom, I got it. What are you doing in there?
I got stuff.
Oh. Are you a dog?
I wouldn't do that. Have you seen the pliers? Where'd you find those?
It's not your birthday.
Sorry.
Bye, Grandpa.
Bye, Grandpa.
Take care of yourself.
What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. It is hard to believe that the school year is coming to an end. As we approach the end of the semester, we also approach final exams and final projects. News reporter Garyana Williams talked to students to find out how they are dealing with the end of the semester stress.
With finals coming up, students have figured out various study tactics to help them prepare for the exams. Some students have decided that cramming is an efficient way to get things done for the test.
I usually wait till the last minute, but I'm trying to study with all my friends early on, so I do good.
I know for sure I will be cramming plenty of studying, because what else better to do for 3 finals?
Other students have decided that they would rather prepare ahead of time in order to get better scores on their exam.
I know I have like 3 exams I have to study for. I feel like studying a week ahead before your finals is more efficient than cramming everything in, because personally I will not pass my exam.
I do not recommend cramming. I am in a special program called the CME, and I actually like to go to that building and study an hour every single day for every subject I have, so it's about 4 hours of my day.
I think the thing that I'm doing that's helping best is prioritizing and doing some triage and putting the most important things, giving them the most time to be worked on and to be studied for, and putting the things that I have a lot of knowledge on or that are going to be easy to, put forth, putting those towards the end. So, prioritizing.
The way that I prepare is to not freak out and to know that I got it, and I just go through every single, most of my teachers have study guides. They're amazing for that. and I go through the study guide and like each topic, and I just write down every single thing I know about each topic, and then I go back to get what I have, and I just repeat that process.
No matter which study tactic you use, I'm wishing everyone the best of luck as we approach exam week. I'm Garyana Williams, NewsWatch reporter, Ole Miss.
A grandmother and granddaughter duo are adding a little sweetness to campus. Donna McComb and Maddie Underwood are the founders of Matchstick Bakery. They sell macaroons on campus in front of the Farmstead truck on Business Row. They typically bring 250 macaroons of 10 different flavors with them to campus and rarely leave with leftovers. They can be found on campus every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. or until they sell out. They can also be found on Tuesdays at the Oxford Community Market from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. And as the school year is coming to a close, the Daily Mississippian is making plans for next year. NewsWatch anchor Alexia Anderchek interviewed the DM's new editor-in-chief to find out what next year will look like for the newspaper.
Thanks, Hannah. I'm here today with the new Daily Mississippian editor, Carly Redmond. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, thank you guys for having me on.
Well, can you start out by telling us just a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Carly Redmond. I am about to be a senior at Ole Miss, which is really crazy to say. Time flies really, really fast. But I've worked at the Daily Mississippian for coming up on my 4th year. Wow. So I started out as an arts and culture writer, then I was arts and culture editor. I've been enterprise news editor this past semester, and I am now the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mississippian.
That is so awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about what your role as editor is going to look like?
So there's 2 things that you kind of have to do as editor. You have to manage and you have to actually edit articles. So editing is kind of self-explanatory, but you know, we have a pretty full staff this year. We have many, many editors. So we have arts and culture, news, sports, and then they all have writers. So I am really kind of in charge, along with our managing editor, Clay Hale, of coordinating everybody and making sure we have coverage for the paper and coverage for online, but then it kind of trickles down and they have to organize the writers and organize the multimedia content creators, which we're hoping to hire this year, and the photographers. So that's what my role is.
That's so exciting. So what are you looking forward to most this year?
I am just looking forward to, you know, we just have a really great team this year. Violet Gira, Rabria Moore, and Maddie Kwan were the previous 3 editors-in-chief, and they did a great job with the Daily Mississippian and gave me a really good base to work on. Like I said, we have a great team this year, so I think we're going to be able to hopefully tackle some pretty big projects. You know, don't hold me to it. I mean, I'm hoping. And then also multimedia is something we want to focus in on. And we also want to up our online presence as well, so be looking at our website for some updates, hopefully this upcoming semester.
That is so exciting. So I know you talked a lot about multimedia and improving the website, so can you talk a little bit more about what other improvements you want to make this year, or what else you want to change up, or a little bit more about that online presence?
We just really want to make sure that the students' voices are heard throughout all of our sections. News, arts and culture, sports. We really want to get more student perspectives in our paper. We address a lot of the issues that impact students. So just kind of focusing in on that. That's always been our goal, but really hitting that hard and getting to the root of students at the University of Mississippi, if that makes sense.
That's so awesome. Well, I can't wait to see all that. And of course, we love our SMC family. So can you tell us a little bit more how you want to connect the Daily Mississippian and NewsWatch next year?
Well, NewsWatch has so much great content. Like, I'm sure your viewers that are watching know. So we really want to integrate more of that NewsWatch content into our Daily Mississippian articles, particularly online. Of course, that's where it's going to have to be. But just putting y'all's packages, y'all's clips in so people can see those as well. So if you're a fan of NewsWatch, you really need to be looking at the Daily Mississippian and NewsWatch so you can get your fix of both.
Yes, support all of those student
and
media centers.
Pick up your paper every Thursday.
Yes.
That's when it comes out. So.
Well, I'm so excited to see what the future of the Daily Mississippian is going to look like. Thank you so much for your time today.
All right, well, thank you.
And Hannah, back to you at the desk.
Now let's check in with weather anchor Seth Parento for a look at your current conditions.
Thank you, Hannah. As we head into this evening, we are looking at a low of 65 degrees with some rain heading our way and winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And it looks like that rain might be sticking around, so make sure to stay tuned for your full forecast. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride? Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss with Stormwatch. I'm Seth Prento. Well, if we take a look at our current conditions, we are looking at a current temperature of 81 degrees with a light breeze of around 6 miles per hour. And if it hasn't started yet, we are looking to get some rain within the next couple of hours here in Oxford. And if we take a look at the rest of northern Mississippi, we'll be seeing temperatures kind of varied all over, truth be told. We have 74 in South Haven, 84 in Tupelo, and Holly Springs at a real low of only 69 degrees. And if we take a look at our radar, you can see this rain that I was mentioning. Right now, we're kind of in a little bit of a clear patch, and the system isn't moving too quickly to head into our area, but it will be advancing and progressing over the next couple of hours, so we are expecting some rain here in our area. And as we head into this evening, that rain, like I said, will be coming around, and that breeze is looking to pick up a little bit to around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and we are looking at a low of around 65 degrees. And as we head into tomorrow, we are looking at a high of only 76 here in Oxford, again, with that rain looking to stick around here, and that breeze staying consistent of around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And if we take a look at the rest of northern Mississippi for tomorrow, temperatures now are back to a little bit more consistent regionally, with mid to upper 70s in our area, with Tupelo once again having the regional high of 79 degrees. And if we take a look at our 5-day forecast, like I said, that rain is looking to stick around. We are truly getting into summer with all of those afternoon showers potentially coming our way, with a high for the rest of the weekend, heading into the weekend, in the low to mid 80s.
I just love seeing that summer weather, especially with the school year ending. It really is just summertime.
Yeah, it's looking to be consistent of those like early morning sunrises, potential afternoon showers, but they're not looking to linger around too much. But hopefully the weather holds out for the weekend.
Yeah, it's just so hot. Well, with finals, the rain is coming. That's appropriate. Well, also coming up, have you heard that a professional golfer is a professor on campus? And the Celtics took the series win against the Miami Heat last night. Learn this and more after the break. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Great having you. Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Haley Hood with Sports Watch. Kicking things off in sports, Ole Miss softball is closing out the regular season on the road against Arkansas with a weekend series starting tomorrow and ending Sunday. Last game, lefty Brianna Lopez was key in the Rebels series victory over Auburn, going 2-0 in the circle and pushing 18 strikeouts in the 13.1 innings of work. And Lexi Brady currently leads Ole Miss with 13 home runs, which is the 6th most in the SEC, and she is only 2 away from trying the Ole Miss single-season record. Be sure to tune in tomorrow and cheer them on at 6 p.m. where fans can hopefully see a Rebel win. And Ole Miss baseball fell to Mississippi State last night in the team's annual Governor's Cup matchup at Trustmark Park with a score of 1-5. Judd Uttermark opened the scoring in the second inning with a solo home run down the line in the left that was hit at 106.6 miles per hour off the bat and traveled 394 feet. The Bulldogs were kept fairly quiet until the 5th inning, where they used 3 singles to score their first run off the game and tie it up at 1-1. State then scored 4 runs in the 8th inning to break things open and then left 2 Rebels on base to close the 9th and to close the win. Hopefully the Rebels can secure a win tomorrow when they hit the road and head to Auburn to face the Tigers. And Ole Miss's very own professor, Brett Patterson, is a top-ranked amateur golfer and a doctoral student in the School of Accountancy. Patterson fell in love with the game of golf at a very early age through his father, who also played. He stated that golf very much resembles life in a lot of ways. Things don't go according to plan, and you have to be able to have some resilience about you. There are a lot of things you can't control in life, and there are a lot of things that you can't control on the golf course. He teaches his students that he has never been the smartest by any means, but when he put the time in and put the work in, he knew his success would come. This is the message he relays for playing golf in the classroom and where his students look up to him. And a year ago, Miami embarrassed Boston in Game 7 showdown at TD Garden, but this year, the Celtics returned the favor. Jaylen Brown and Derek White each scored 25 points, and the Celtics advanced to the Eastern Conference semifinals, beating the shorthanded Heat 118-84 in Game 5 last night. Jaylen Brown stated that they went into the game with a business-like approach. Sam Hauser added 17 points to the board, and Jason Tatum had 16 points and 12 rebounds. The Celtics will face the winner of the Cleveland-Orlando series, and currently the Cavaliers lead 3-2 in Game 6. Game 6 in Orlando is tomorrow night at 6. And that's all I've got for sports, so be sure to follow us on X at @Rebel_Watch for the latest sports updates. Back to y'all at the desk.
Coming up, the latest version of the yearbook is out. We'll catch up with students and get their thoughts.
With the excitement of the year coming to an end, it's time to grab your yearbook.
NewsWatch reporter Mason DeShiel interviewed students.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With the excitement of the year coming to an end, it's time to grab your yearbook.
NewsWatch reporter Mason DeShiel interviewed students on what they thought about this year's yearbook.
This is Mason with NewsWatch Ole Miss, and we are here outside of Farley Hall, where recently the traditional Ole Miss yearbook has come out. Let's go interview some students and see what their thoughts are on this year's yearbook.
My name is Caden Townsend, and I am a freshman here at Ole Miss. I'd probably rate it like a 7 or 8. I think it's good, and I think it's nice because it shows the culture that we have here at Ole Miss, and it shows what we're all about.
All right, so what are y'all's thoughts on this year's school yearbook?
I loved it because I'm in it 3 times already. I wasn't in it all last year, so I'm very excited. I got to be in it. So.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
I really liked how it had the full history of Ole Miss for the 175th year, and it really told the story of like old traditions of Ole Miss, and it went through the years. So I thought that was really cool compared to some other years that just have one theme.
And what would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I liked it as well, obviously, since I'm in it. But no, I think this one's good. I've been here 3 years, and I think this one was definitely the best one, especially since we have the 175th.
Honestly, I'd give it like a 9 or a 10 because like this is one of my favorite traditions about Ole Miss is the yearbook, and it's filled with so many wonderful pictures from the year, all of the like student involvement that like extra were both pretty involved in. So it's just awesome to get to look back and see it. They did a good job.
Well, it seems like everybody are huge fans of this year's school yearbook as well as the design that they decided to choose. Make sure to follow The Ole Miss on Instagram for all your yearbook updates and stop by the Union to pick up your copy today. This has been Mason DeShiel reporting for NewsWatch Ole Miss.
With finals coming up next week and students constantly studying, it can be a stressful time.
Second Chance Animal Alliance hosted a donation drive today with puppies for students to take a break and de-stress. The event also had loaded teas as a pick-me-up to energize the students.
For people who missed the event, SCAA is accepting physical donations and monetary donations on their donation page and throughout the summer.
The list of items needed can also be found on their page.
Well, this is the last show of the semester.
The farewell show.
Farewell. It gets me every time.
Same, it gets me every time.
But I mean, I will say, I do think we ended with the best.
Agreed.
Just in my humble opinion.
This Thursday crew has been so much fun to work with, and I just love you guys.
I love you guys. I've just been so lucky to have them for like the past 3 semesters.
And can we talk about our outfits? Always on point.
Yes. Well, that's all we have for tonight. Tune in next semester. I'm Alexia Anderchek.
And I'm Hannah Baker with your latest news.
And I'm Haley Hood with Sports Watch.
And with Storm Watch, I'm Seth Parento.
Be sure to keep up with us on our socials and tune in next semester at 5. NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.